After renovating over 100 kitchens, I've learned how important it is to know how much everything costs because it helps you allocate the budget efficiently and also avoid getting taken advantage of by a bad contractor. So today in this video, I'm going to break down every single line item cost in this 100 square foot kitchen transformation where we completely turned around a 1920s disaster into a beautiful dream home while keeping everything under budget. If you're new to the channel, I'm Elisa Covington, a house flipper and coach in the San Francisco Bay Area. I've been flipping houses for almost 9 years and I've done over 100 home renovations. On this channel, I share before and after videos and also home renovation tips and tricks. If that interests you, make sure you give me a follow so you don't miss out on future content. Before we could install this beautiful new kitchen, we had to demo the old existing kitchen first. And that included demolition of the cabinets, countertops, old appliances, and the old plumbing and electrical as well. And it cost about $2,000. We also had to relocate some appliances because the original kitchen had this wall going all the way here. So there was only a very small doorway coming from the dining room into the kitchen. And on this wall, there was the fridge and the stove standalone, which made the kitchen feel super tight. And it also blocked the entrance to the primary bedroom that's over here. And we decided to get rid of those appliances and put the stove over here in the center of this wall, kind of as a focal point, and the fridge in the corner over there so that the layout makes a lot more sense. But one caveat is relocating appliances and plumbing fixtures is not cheap. It cost us an additional of $2,000. So if you're doing a kitchen renovation where you want to save the most amount of money you can, then it's ideal to keep all the appliances and plumbing fixtures where they are so that you don't have to incur this additional cost. A kind of hidden cost in a kitchen renovation is the cost for rough plumbing and electrical. It goes behind the walls and before any finishes can go in. And here we spent about $3,000 on the rough plumbing and electrical. Because this home was built in the 1920s, the code back then was very different from the building codes today. For example, the distance between each outlets on the kitchen counters is very specific and it's a new requirement nowadays. So we had to update the electrical to bring it up to code. And also we had to update the plumbing under the subfloors and behind the walls to make sure that there's nothing rotten and everything is up to date. Now we can start talking about the finishes. One of the biggest costs in the kitchen renovation is the kitchen cabinets. The cheapest cabinets you can buy are probably IKEA cabinets. I actually used those on my first home renovation on a condo in San Francisco because the price point of that condo was pretty low. So IKEA cabinets work fine. For a whole kitchen, the cabinets only cost about $2,000-$3,000. So it's really affordable. They look good as well, but they're just not as durable because they are made of particle boards. And the next up are these prefabricated cabinets. So I often use these prefab cabinets on my flips because they are usually in stock at the manufacturers, so you don't have to wait for them to be customized. And they also are of pretty good quality. So if you look at these, there's this spice rack that made it feel like they are custom cabinets because this is a smart cabinet feature that usually only custom cabinets have. And the drawer fronts and the door fronts are all solid maple and they look really good while they don't break an arm or leg because this whole kitchen, the cabinets only cost about $5,000-$6,000. And if you really want to go full on high end, You can go with semi-custom cabinets or even full-on custom cabinets. And for about 100 square foot kitchen like this, they could run you about $20,000 to $30,000. Usually, the more high-end the cabinets are, the more expensive it is to install them. For IKEA cabinets, you can even do it DIY style and it doesn't cost a lot or take a long time. And for these prefabricated cabinets, they are not that difficult to install either, and it cost us about $2,000 to install this kitchen. But for custom cabinets, they are a lot more complicated and it costs way more. Countertops are another big cost on a kitchen renovation. There are a lot of materials to choose from as well. And I usually choose quartz because it's a very durable material and it doesn't cost a ton of money and it's very easy to maintain. So for the countertops we install here, it's also prefabricated, which means that the sink hole was already cut out and then the bullnose was already on. So it saves us a lot of money on installation. We have 3 pieces of prefabricated countertops here that we used, and the total cost is about $3,000, and the installation was another $2,000. With the same material and same pattern, slab countertops cost, just the material cost about twice as much as prefab countertops, and you have to pay a lot more for fabrication. So I don't recommend it if the home is kind of entry level or even medium price point. I used to use tiles for backsplash, but now there's a new trend of bringing the countertop materials all the way up as backsplash. And we use it a lot on higher end homes because it's quite expensive. It can cost you $2,000 to $3,000 more than the tile backsplash. So on this home, we actually decided to do it in a cheaper way. So we have 12-inch backsplash all around, but under the hood, we have the countertop go all the way up so that it's easy to wipe off and maintain it. And this really saved us probably $2,000 in cost. Next is appliances. We use this microwave / vent hood combo that costs between $300 to $500, which is so cost effective because compared to using a separate vent hood and a microwave, I think we saved at least 60% of the cost. It's also a big space saver for a kitchen that's only about 100 square feet. This is a great option. And then similarly, for the range, we use this sliding range that doubles as an oven, so it reduces the need to use wall ovens that takes up a ton of space. And this sliding range only costs about $1,000. Then we have this dishwasher piece that's about $600 to $800. So all these stainless steel appliances make the kitchen feel so updated, but they don't have to break the bank. The installation of these appliances cost me about $1,000 because I used a general contractor. But if you want to save, you can have the store where you purchase these appliances from to send a specialist to install these for you, and it's a little cheaper. I can never emphasize enough the importance of lighting in the kitchen. When it's dim, it doesn't feel welcoming and it's hard to prep food. So we always put a ton of lighting in the kitchen. Here, because it's pretty small and there's no peninsula or island, so we only use one form of lighting, which is the recessed lights. And for the recessed lights, if you use a professional to install them, it costs about $200 to $300 for each fixture. And in this kitchen, we have 4 recessed lights, so it cost us about $800. But if you were to install them by yourself, if you have basic electrician's knowledge, then you can totally do it yourself. And the light fixtures themselves only cost about $30 each, so you can save a lot of money. But usually in the kitchen, we install pendant lights over a peninsula or island, and if it's really a high-end kitchen, you can also consider installing under cabinet lights that can add a lot of sophistication to the kitchen. A small but important detail in the kitchen are the drawer goals. So if you have a pretty updated kitchen with nice cabinets, but you put in old school drawer posts, then it changes the look of the kitchen. And I highly recommend you to invest in these very sleek and modern drawer posts with clean lines, and that can sometimes make even older cabinets look more modern. And the drawer posts don't have to be expensive. Like these I purchased on Amazon only cost about $3 a piece. So for this entire kitchen, it was under $100, and we have black on the upper and gold on the lower, which gives it some contrast. Adding it all up, this complete gut renovation cost us about $25,000 altogether. It's not the cheapest renovation, but it allowed us to transform the 1920s disaster into this dream kitchen that buyers fought over. If you're doing a kitchen renovation and don't know where to cut costs, drop your numbers in the comment below. I'd love to take a look. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives on my home renovations. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.